Good evening, everyone. So I'll turn this down. All right, so I'll start by introducing myself. And so my name is Donald Hendenishen, and I'm an artist. And when I'm painting or doing anything related to my art, I like to call myself Kweku Afram. That's my actual name. So yeah, I think in the ads, everyone saw that there's a painting session today with Kweku Afram, and so that's me. And yeah, I thought it would be a good idea to share a painting with everyone and give people an insight into what I do, and share a bit of beauty around the world, and especially in these times that it's needed most, with all this going on, and people worried and affected. Everything's affected by this epidemic going on, and I think arts has that ability to bring beauty, bring beauty in our lives. And yeah, hopefully today that's exactly what I would share with you all. I hope you enjoy it, and yeah, so let's begin. I'll introduce, I'll brief you a bit about what we'll be doing today. So as you all can see here, there's a canvas here, a red canvas here, and I'll be painting today on this canvas. But before I start painting, I'd like to give a bit of a briefing about what I'll be painting. So I'm from Ghana, and in Ghana we have these symbols. There are these cultural symbols called Adinkra symbols. Yeah, the Adinkra symbols. And those are it's a cultural authentic symbols from Ghana. And today I'll be sharing one of the symbols with you. So I'll be making a painting of one of the Adinkra symbols. You guys can look it up right now, Google it really quickly and look it up. But yeah, I'll be painting one of the Adinkra symbols, the traditional Ghanaian symbols. I'll be painting one of those. And I would be painting the one, so there's several symbols. There's one for strength, there's one for unity, there's some for wisdom, there's some for hope, there's some for power, there's some for, it's so much. It cuts across so many levels. And today I'll be painting the one that talks about hope. I'll be painting the Adinkra symbol that talks about hope. So obviously the choice for hope is quite fitting to our times now. So I wanted to share a bit of, like I said earlier on, to bring a bit of beauty into our lives now, with all that's going on, with the pandemic that's going on. And I wanted to share hope with everyone. And yeah, the best way I know how to do it, it's even better if it's a Ghanaian symbol. It's a part of a tradition that I identify with, a culture that I identify with. And yeah, that's exactly what would be painting. So if you'd stay at the, yeah, so you'd stay, and then you'd see how the Adinkra symbol for hope looks like. So I'm gonna start taking out my tool now. Here's my fancy work bag, So I take out my tools. We need some paint here. Oh. And yeah, as in the description earlier, there would also be a open question segment. So I'm sure most of you have seen my post around on Facebook. Most of you have heard about me, and for those who haven't, it's even more convenient. So you can ask any question there is to ask me, anything you want to know about me, and I'll try to see it from here and and reply to you. I think that would boost the mood as well. That would be nice. So I'll take out my little collectibles here and all right. I need the yeah, so yeah, I'll be painting. I'll just go ahead and start with the paintings. And yeah, if anyone has a question, you just ask me any question you have to ask, and yeah, I'll try my best to answer it. I would answer it actually. All right. So I'm going to start. So now we're painting one of the Adinkra symbols. And the Adinkra symbol that represents hope. For those who just joined, Adinkra symbols are the traditional symbols that represent several ideas and concepts in society. So like I said earlier on, there's symbols, and it's Ghanaian. They're Ghanaian symbols that you can Google it. I just said. So you can Google it and look at it. And we're painting the one for hope today because of the times we live in now. And yeah, we all share hope together and be in a positive energy and try to think positively and try to see beyond our present predicament with this pandemic and see that there's hope and everything would be just fine. And in the next few months, hopefully next few days, this all would be over and would get back to our normal lives. So yeah, again, I'm waiting for your questions. If there's anything you have to ask me, anything you want to know about me, I'm here to answer them. Yeah, you feel free to ask. Don't be shy. Don't be shy. Feel free to ask me. So we'll dive right into the painting. And I would. So I'm using a white color here to set the tone for the background. And yeah, now I would share with you a bit more about what sort of arts I do and what arts means to me, I mean. So where do I start? I think I can start with what art forms I do. Now there are several art forms that I do. I do several ones. I think that each form of art has its own power to express a feeling or a thought. And I try to always find the right one, the right feeling for also the right art form, I mean, to express whatever feeling that or idea or concept or emotion or memory, whatever piece I want to create. It's tied to one of these things and more, but the fundamental basis has to do with an idea. It has a construct that around which it circumvents, around which it circulates. And yeah, I always try to find exactly what sort of art form is right to express what feeling, idea, concept, perspective in life, memory, whatever. Like I said, whatever I want to do, I try to find the perfect art form to express that. And so yeah, here are the art forms I do. I do painting, obviously. I also do photography. I also do videography, so it's cinema work, cinematography, I'm sure it's called. Yeah, playing with the camera, right? So I make short films as well. I do that too. And yeah, I make music as well. But I try to keep it intuitive, like the piano playing right now. I made that piece. I made it myself. So yeah, like I said, I always try to find which art form suits what emotion I have to express. Because admittedly, music, the way a person feels when they are listening to music, is not the same as how a person would feel when they're looking at a painting, right? And so I try to find the art form which properly conveys the emotion or idea or whatever it be, whatever it so be that I want to I want to relay to the audience. I try to find the proper one. And some it's better with hearing. So like the music, right? You stand in there and listen to it and feel it with your sense of hearing. You know, it appeals to you in that way, and it conveys the message that I want to send. Some it has to be visual, like the short films I make. Sometimes that's the best way to express, to communicate. And yeah, sometimes it's a painting. I have to represent these ideas and social constructs through brush strokes. So it varies, and I'm quite happy I do all of these, because then at the end of the day it satisfies me. I'm satisfied with the results I have. You know, I feel like it's a blessing to have these vast array of possibilities that can expose us to several mediums of self-expression, which I find very as a core, you know, property potential of arts. Art is very efficient in communication, and it cuts across several areas of topics. You could communicate several things with arts. Sometimes in places that even language falls short. So yeah, I once, sometime I'm not quite sure where, I think in an interview, I'm not quite sure, but I once described my arts as my purest form of communication, and I think I stand by that. I stand by that. I think in every piece I try to represent to some level, to the highest level, some extent of emotion and belief system or perspective in life or opinion about a certain topic, or just to represent my true self, you know, create something that is that that is yeah, I get like that when I talk about art. That is personal somehow, and I find it a really beautiful thing. I actually entreat everyone to try this, you know, to try to express ourselves through arts. It's very healing. And it's a beautiful thing. I like that you can it sort of retains emotions and can be it sort of makes emotions durable. You can have it over time and transport. So let's say I feel angry, right? And for example, I'm not feeling angry right now, but let's say there's a period in my life when there's so many dark times, and there's so many things to overcome, and it's just I'm just not in a good place in life, right? And I paint a piece. So there's so many, you see the strokes, you see through the strokes and the choice of colors and the structures in the painting that, like he's in dark times or something of that sort, right? The durability then comes in when it can be, so this emotion at that point in time is recorded on that piece, on the canvas, it stays there, and that emotion is on the canvas, and it's there, and it's not going anywhere, and it's recorded for all eternity, and it makes it durable. Now you can take this emotion and transport it elsewhere. It makes it durable. Had it not been for that, had it not been, let's say I didn't do a painting in this time, then it's gone. Right after I start feeling happy again, and I start feeling good again, this emotion that was once a part of my existence, and a part of my being, that was really vital. It had played a major role in my life here on this earth, right, during my lifetime. It's very important. It's something. It has some caliber, right? It just disappears, and it's not there anymore, and it can't be found anywhere else. And art makes it durable, to have these emotions span over time for generations to come. I mean, now we look at paintings from people that were so long ago alive, and we can still see the sense, and it gives us a bit of a peek into their states of mind, and it gives us a bit of an idea about how their life was structured, and it gives us insight into their personalities even, and it gives us it's so much. And I find it really nice that art does that. Someone said that it's our signature here on earth. I don't know if signature is the right word, but it's sort of our footprint here on earth. And I plan on leaving a lot. I plan on leaving a lot of footprints. So yeah. So there's the background. I set the tone for the symbol I'll be drawing. So as you can see, it's just a patch of white, right? And that's the background for the, I don't know if it's obscuring my mic. It's the background for the symbol I'll be drawing in there. Again, I'll go over it again, so those who just joined would get what we're doing here. So like I said earlier on, I'm from Ghana, and there's these cultural symbols in Ghana that I want to share with everyone. There's one that represents hope. And I chose hope because of the times we live in now. And yeah, I feel like art is also partially, as a one of its main purposes is to bring beauty in the world. And yeah, I think we need that now. We need that now with all that's going on, and yeah, I thought to also give something that is peculiar to me, Kweku Afram, something that is like I said, peculiar to me, just different, right? So I thought about something Ghanaian because it's not so common out there. And then I thought, how can I bond that to these times that we live in? One of my favorite artists. He's an African singer, African music. He makes African music. He's called Fela Kuti. Fela Kuti. He's a Nigerian actually, and yeah, he was a political musician. And he said that an artist addresses the an artist addresses the I'm trying to recollect here. An artist addresses the problems not necessarily problems, but I'm not quoting him, but not necessarily problems. An artist tries to to communicate and address the problems of their times. So the things happening around them and the things that's going on around them, an artist creates around these ideas and concepts and constructs that exist during that as of the lifetime of that artist. And I pondered over it, and I thought, that actually makes sense, because you can't really go as outside the circle of what's happening in there. It influences your thoughts, your actions, your ideas. It inspires you. The people around you from whom you get inspired are created out of this society where everything is happening right now. So an artist tries to form something out of what is happening in their society right now, and not to deviate, wander away from the main point. So I try to connect these two things, right? Something peculiar about me and something that is happening in these times, and I tried to merge it. And then, yeah, the what I decided on was the Adinkra symbols again from Ghana. And yeah, I chose hope. There's an Adinkra symbol for hope in Ghana, and I thought to share that with all of you. So yeah, for those who just came, let's continue painting. Now I need some black paint to go on here. And again, I'm really interested in your questions. To those who might have any questions for me, I'd be more than happy to receive them. So yeah, just let me know if you have any questions for me, and I'll answer them for you. So now we're gonna do the second layer. The background is all set. I showed it to you guys earlier. And yeah, now I'm going to add black paint in there. Guys, it would be really nice to have some questions from you. It would be really nice. I'm really interested in what sort of what sort of questions you might have for me. And yeah, I'm really actually eager to answer them, because it gets me to feel like I'm sharing a piece of myself with you guys. And that's sort of what today is about, something personal and arts related. I mean, that's a lot of what I have to offer. And yeah, it would be nice to chit chat a bit as we're doing this. So if you have any questions, just let me know, and I'd love to answer them. So someone asked me, how long have you been doing arts for? How long have I been doing arts for? So I think it's always been there, right? It's sort of always been a part of my life. So I've been writing. Yeah, I also do poetry. I forgot to mention that. So how do you call it? Yeah, I think the main so as a form of art that I ventured was poetry, and that started in high school. That started in high school. So it was 2012. I just started high school, and I was in my first year. I was just really young, right? And yeah, I sat on in the dormitory sometime. I was bored, so I took a pen and I wrote a poem. I called it the atmosphere. That was my very that was my very first piece of art, and I didn't know it would bring me that far. At that time, I was just passively, doing something that makes me happy, hobby-like thing. And now here I am, sitting on a on a live stream and making arts. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful development to see. It's nice. So yeah, the first how long have I been doing arts? I started in 2012. So now that make that, am I good at maths? That make that, it's 2020, right? So that make that 8 years. 8 years. It's been 8 years since I've been doing arts, and it's been very rewarding these 8 years of mine. I've ventured into several art forms, and yeah, each one is just as rewarding as the other, and that makes me happy. So let's see. I have another question here. It says, what is your main source of inspiration? What is your main source of inspiration? My main source of inspiration. Hmm. I don't know. I guess my main source of inspiration would have to be my burning desire to change some things, some things in this life. I want to change so much, and yeah, I just now mainly I try to leverage this idea. This It's actually a fact that arts arts is powerful. I try to leverage this fact that art is powerful. Now there are several sources of power. One is, I could go on and on, but like authority. Power is basically someone having the power to tell you something to do, someone being able to ask you to do something. And yeah, art is one of these things. So there's one that is authority, like, yeah, authority, they have power over you. There's some that is in numbers. There's as more people group together, there's power in that. That's why it's effective with demonstrations, and again, the people have this power to change something when they come together and demonstrate, because it brings power. Now, one of the I think very few, 6 or 7 sources of power is an idea. The ability to perpetuate an idea is powerful. The ability to extend ideas to people is powerful, because you practically morph states of mind as an artist. You practically bring to light things that are important, things that otherwise would not be responded to in society. Things that people don't want to look at. At least that's what I'm using mine for. But it's like fire. You can use it for bad or good. But point being that it's powerful, and that is what I try to leverage. Now, where I come from, there's a lot of suffering. There's a lot of suffering where I come from, and there's a lot of things that I like to change. So I use arts as an anchor, as a voice. And I think that inspires me a lot. I think it's on the top of the list of the things that inspire me. I'm being really honest with you all today. So Well, it's not like I'm not honest the other days, but I'm trying to really delve deep into my core values and the things that influences my arts. So yeah, I want to change something, perhaps the world at some point, and that inspires me. But mainly, I try to change things from home. I try to change things from home, and from where I come from, because I've seen things and I've lived in it, and yeah, I'm just one of the lucky persons who have the ability, the mediums to express these these feelings and these thoughts and ideas and actions, and I use that inspires me so much that of late has been as the only inspiring factor of late. Not to say that it's always like that. Several things inspire me. Sometimes it might be as simple as the birds singing on my way from work. I walk and then I hear them and it makes me want to paint something beautiful. Or several things. It could be anything. It could be anything actually. Like I said earlier on, an artist tries and should try to represent the the society, how how the society exists, the society within which they live, how that society exists within their times. An artist should I think an artist should be able to represent the ideals and ideas and morals and whatever, right? But anything that falls within the circumference of how society is structured within their times. An artist, I think it's not instinctive. I mean it's not a decided action. I think, like I said, instinctively you do that because all your inspirations come from these ideas, and even the people who inspire you are inspired by the society within which they live now. So I think it's not much of a choice going on there. But I think it's a beautiful thing that an artist can convey messages pertaining to their time of life. Okay, I delve really deep with that. I want to convey the thought processes in my head so much that yeah, I keep going on and delving into several topics. But yeah, to cut long things short, I think the suffering in the world inspires me a lot. Of late, it has been the pivot of my arts, and aside that, there are several things that inspire me, and they do that too. It could be anything at all, but mainly society. And I think we can't escape that because it's the times we live in, and anything that inspires us would have to come from one of these times that we live in. Also, the things that surround the times that we live in. All right, let's see the next question. Do you first choose the medium you want to work with, first film, or also film, painting, whatever, or first the emotions you want to express and then the medium accordingly? That's a good question. So let's see. Do I first pick the medium, or first the emotions and then the medium ones? I think the emotions informs the medium for me. So the emotions informs me what medium I want to use. If if I want to be if I want to be some things, you can see more. I don't know how to I'm trying to categorize the emotions right now, but yeah, I found it's a almost impossible thing to do because I'm trying to draw lines where none exist. But I think with some emotions it's better expressed. Not that it can't be expressed in other forms, but it's better expressed in a particular form. Let me try to give something that would at least make a bit of throw a bit more light on what I'm trying to say. I think you understand, but I want to give more insight. So let's say some things I want it's to be portrayed in a, let's say it's a situation, it's an emotion that involves more than one person, right? So it's a thing about society, and it's a thing about our very existence, and it's a thing about, you know, the general feeling of society. I think it would be more efficient to so this is not factual, it's speculatory, because I'm just assuming here. It might even be different when I'm actually in that circumstance. But yeah, I think it would be better to do it in a film, so there's more people, and I actually, you know, put faces as to put faces on what ideas and concepts. It would be better in juxtaposed to paint, no, not painting them, in juxtaposed to making a piece of music for that. So yeah, there's these different things. So I think the emotions come first. The emotions, what I feel about something, and I want to express it. And then in my head, I file through which ones which way would be very viable in portraying this message and idea. And then I pick that. So to that question, do you choose a medium you want to work with, be it film, painting, so on, or the first, or first the emotions you want to express, and then the mediums accordingly? So to that question, I'd say I first pick the what was that? I first get the emotions, yeah. I first get the emotions I want to express, and then I pick a fitting medium to suit it. And sometimes it's difficult because, yeah, like I said, all art forms are very potent in expressing ideas. I just seem to pick which one, in my opinion, best conveys this idea. All right. So there's another step done. The second phase of this is done. The second phase of this is done. I'll turn it a bit so you all see it. Now there it is. So this is the symbol, the Adinkra symbol of hope in Ghana. It's a part of our culture, and this is a symbol that represents hope. So I'm not done yet though, but yeah, I wanted to show you the symbol. This is it. Now I'm going to add a few touches to it, give it a bit more, you know, I'll do something else to it. And yeah, but this is the symbol. This is the simplicity of the symbol. This is the symbol that represents hope in the Adinkra symbols. The symbols of the culture I belong to. That's Ghana. I come from Ghana. And yeah, for those who just joined once again, I'm painting a symbol from a set of symbols that originate from Ghana, which are called the Adinkra symbol. I urge you to Google it so you see more of it. But yeah, these symbols, there's a vast array of them. And yeah, each symbol represents something. So there's some for strength, there's some for unity, there's some for beauty, there's some for hope, there's some for wisdom, there's some for several things. And there's a lot of these symbols. And yeah, like I said, this one is the symbol for hope. And to the reason why I chose hope is that it's because of the times we're living in, what's actually happening right now, the pandemic going on. And yeah, I feel like it's a part of our social duty as artists to extend beauty to the people around us, and to extend hope and joy and a bit of peace, or actually a lot of peace, and this sense of unity. We, like I said earlier on, we have the power to 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 set down ideas and on strangle misconstrued ones. So ideas that are not, so we get that we have the power to inform and to evoke and to provoke ideas and emotions from people. And yeah, today, in these times that we're living in, all that's going on around the world, I want to share with everyone hope. Hope. This is hope. That hope is needed most when there are troubling times. And that is what the times we're in right now. That's why I want to share hope with everyone. So yeah, I'm very grateful all of you are here with me actually, and it's a really beautiful feeling, you know, the it's quite unusual though because I'm doing this from home and you guys are out there. But it's nice as long as we get to connect and bond through arts. It's a really beautiful thing I find. So yeah, this is the second quote again. Like I said, this is a Adinkra symbol for hope. And I would add a bit more. So this was the background coat, the white one, and this was the Adinkra coat I did on it. So the symbol for hope I did on it. So you see there's a white and black contrast in there. And yeah, now I would add a touch to it. And yeah, we can keep talking. So like I said earlier on, if any of you keep the questions coming, it's a really beautiful feeling to express myself to you all and try to give a direction in your minds as to what I'm about and what I do and what my goals are and how I create my arts. So you keep the questions coming in, and yeah, I'm ever happy to answer them. All right, let's go on and add the next quotes. Let's see. I'm deciding on color right now. All right, so green. I picked green. Green it gives a feeling of nature and yeah, there's a lot of positive things that surround the color green. So I picked green, and I'm gonna add the finishing touches to it now. And yeah, you keep the questions coming in. If you have any questions to ask me, it's a quite nice thing we have going on. Keep the questions coming in, and yeah, let's talk to each other. To one another, I meant. So I'm adding the green touches now. Yeah, I'm quite proud of those piano sounds playing. They're really beautiful, aren't they? These were playing in the background also of the exhibition that I held quite recently, not so long ago. And yeah, it also set this sort of feeling, It set this mood that I'm feeling right now at the exhibition. It created this, it's a very soothing sound. And yeah, I'm proud of those pieces. I call the album Bliss, and Bliss is the middle name of my mom, so she inspired that a lot. and 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 yeah, it reminds me of her. She's actually on the on the cover of the music, and it's so beautiful. So I have a question here again. It says, Donald, do you have an ongoing exhibition of your artwork? Yeah, I do have an ongoing exhibition of my artwork, and it's at a gallery called Open Cave Gallery. It's in Kaisermüller Strasse or Gasse, one of them. Strasse, that's right. It's in Kaisermüller Strasse, number 14, that's right. I'm getting a little help remembering this spot. But yeah, it's in Kaisermüller Strasse, number 14. That's the address of the gallery. And yeah, I have art pieces that are exhibiting there right now. But unfortunately, because of our current situation, no one can visit it. But I entreat you to try to pass by and experience them. And when this is all over, of course. Right now, the apex of our efforts is to stay safe. So it's unfortunate none of us can see them right now. But I really urge you to take a look at them. Kaisermüller Strasse, number 14. And yeah, if you could let me know, it would be nice. I could come have a guide the tour, so to speak, right? And would catch a vibe, right? And yeah, it would be nice. So you go there. It was really wonderful that night. The main exhibition was on the 27th of last month. So 27th of February it happened. And it was just a wonderful event. There's a documentary of that night actually. That night that night was documented, and you know, the people who attended also volunteered to have us record their you know, reactions and all that. We had over a lot of people. Yeah, we had a lot of people talk about how they felt, and it was really beautiful. If you can't make it, if you know there's no way you're gonna have you'd be able to make it before, as well, even after this is all over, even after this quarantine is all over, you can watch the documentary on the YouTube. I think that the link is attached on here, and you can just, you know, try to, it would give you a bit of a feeling as to how that night was. And yeah, I think everyone watching it, who would watch it, would love it. It's just a, a very strong display of a beautiful night, and it's a very it's a testament of how arts can bring people together and you know, create unity in society. I just got the nice message. So Joseph Eshen, that's my younger brother. That's my younger brother. Junior, how are you doing? That's my younger brother, and he said, "Bro, bro, read, bro, what? Bro, read. I'm watching this aloud, and I'm so proud of you. Nice work. Keep it up. Love you." That's so sweet, isn't it? That's nice. That's actually very motivating. Yeah, it's nice. It's really nice. Yeah. Yeah, it's nice. I'm really I'm really glad he's on here watching. This moment means a lot to me actually. Every moment that gets me the chance to share my art with people, it means a lot to me. And this is one of them. So, yeah, I think I answered that question. So yeah, like I said, you can check out my art when all this is over. And yeah, if you let me know before you go, I would come and give you a guided tour, try to give the feeling of the night of the exhibition, the major feeling. And if you know you're not going to be able to make it anytime, just watch the documentary. Just watch the documentary on YouTube of the night. And it was my debut exhibition. It was my very first. So it was really quite amazing for me, because it was my very first experience, my very first look into how exhibitions work, so to speak. And yeah, I quite love it. Actually, I was actually planning another one. And before this pandemic happened. So yeah, I'm sure you'd hear about another exhibition coming soon, right after this is all over. We had to put everything on hold. I was just going quickly, yeah. We're going on a streak and all that, and then we heard about this. So yeah, to those who wouldn't be able to go there, like I said, you watch a YouTube video, and perhaps next time you can come to on the actual night of another exhibition of mine, and be there and experience it like it's happening. So I'm adding the other touches now. And yeah, any questions, any more questions? I'm very humbled and happy to answer them. So I'm adding the green touches now. And I'm sort of making a hand holding the Adinkra symbol up like that. Like when this is all over, you know, there is hope. So that's what I'm doing. I'm adding finishing touches to it. And yeah. Dun, 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 dun. I actually want to say to Fry like that, this is a really wonderful initiative, and I really appreciate the effort that they put into arts. I find that we are the same, the same passion for these art forms, be it music or paintings or whatever. And I really really am happy as an artist that this such a organization exists. Freilich, it's open arts. It's really amazing, and I'm glad that I have the opportunity to be a part of it. And you guys are doing wonderful things, and I'm I'm honored. I'm honored to be a part of its existence and the things happening. Being able to be here as an artist, taking part in this. I'm very honored. Thank you. So we're almost done. I'm adding finishing touches, and yeah, I think there's still a bit more time to ask one more question and one or two more. finishing touches again. Again, I'm adding the finishing touches to this beautiful piece of hope. A symbol of the Adinkra symbol representing hope from Ghana. And I'm adding the finishing touches now. This is a historic piece right here. It's a it comes along with the whole story of what's happening now, and how the painting connects to what's happening now, and it's definitely one of my most important pieces, because I feel like it does the work that arts is supposed to do to affect society positively. And yeah, this piece is doing that right now. I hope this share of hope with you all gives some sort of reassurance that everything would be all right and we would all be fine, and this time would pass. This not so nice time would pass. Alright, so I added the finishing touches here. And now, as we all can see, there's a hand holding the hope symbol up. It's beautiful, isn't it? Yeah, there we have it. So there's the Adinkra symbol for hope. And there's a hand holding it up, holding it in place. It's like a victory jubilation that there's hope and we're all going to be fine. So now I'm going to add my initials. I'm going to sign it with the name of Freilich on there, and that I got the honor to do this, and my name as well. And then it's a certified piece that can be collected by art enthusiasts. So like I said, there's still some time for one last question, and then we can call it a day. Wow, this has been wonderful. So I'm signing it now with Freilich Open Arts on there and my name as well. So I just finished with the Freilich Open Arts. Signed the name onto the painting. It's a beautiful thing they organized here. And it's through them that this opportunity was made available to share my art with everyone across so many borders, right? We can all unite here and do this in such beauty. It's really astonishing, and it's such a beautiful thing. I think it's 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 something to be emulated and facilitated. We should all facilitate this. So these are the concluding parts of this live streaming painting video session. And yeah, if in case events do not allow for me to mention earlier or later on, just want to mention again how honored I am to have had the opportunity to have this, what we're doing right now, and to be able to share my art with everyone from all over the world. And it's my pleasure. Again, my name is, well, I'm in my arts phase now, so my name is Kweku Afram. I like to represent myself as Kweku Afram, which is my Ghanaian name. I like to represent myself as Kweku Afram when I'm creating, also when I'm in my arts zone, right? But yeah, my legal name is Donald Hendeneshen. And it's been a pleasure with you guys. It's been wonderful. Finishing touches. Kweku Afram. All right. So there we have it. This is the final piece for tonight. So as you can see, Freilich Open Arts, Kweku Afram. And again, a quick review. This is the symbol, Adinkra symbol for hope. And the Adinkra symbols are the collection of symbols that are genuine to the culture of Ghana. So identified and related to the culture of Ghana. And I chose to draw this piece because when times now that hope is very valuable, and I entreat each and every one of us to have hope and be strong in these times and try our best to keep pushing forward, to keep looking for a better day, because it would come, and then would be back to normal, and then would all be happy. So I thank you all. It's been a pleasure with you guys, and yeah, so till next time, probably at the next exhibition or something, it would be nice to have you guys come around. So yeah, this was the painting session, Kweku Afram, and you guys have a wonderful evening, wonderful rest of your evening. All right, I'll take out. I've been talking so long. Take a last gulp, yeah, and then we call it a day. All right. Thank you guys for having me. Bye.